I personally thought this movie was an abomination. Dear Santa is the latest Jack Black film directed by Bobby Farrelly, who's one of the Farrelly brothers who directed one of my favorite films, Dumb and Dumber. Fast forward about 30 years later, and we have this dreadful wreck of a so-called film. Now, if people like this movie, no problem. You know, if you enjoyed it more than I did, hats off to you. But I personally think this is Jack Black's lowest. I think this is him at the bottom of the barrel. I think his performance, he's trying way too hard. Don't really care for any of the acting in the film, despite maybe 2 or 3 people in the supporting cast that I'll get to later. But moving on to the story, we're following a young boy named Liam, and his parents are going through a pretty messy divorce. Liam's mother is doing her best to continue the holiday Christmas spirit, but his father is rather pessimistic, and he's adamant to Liam that Santa doesn't exist and to tell him to knock it off. When Liam decides to write a letter to Santa, and because he's dyslexic, he writes Satan instead of Santa, and this summons Jack Black playing the devil, or so we think during the chunk of the film. As someone who's a fan of Jack Black, I gotta say this is probably my least favorite performance from him, or one of my least favorites, because I think he doesn't really hit any of the marks that he's trying to land in the film when it comes to some of the more grotesque or offensive and mean-spirited comedy because he's playing the devil. And I am someone who does like offensive humor if it's funny or if it's delivered well. But this film is the exact opposite in my opinion. The PDF jokes, the bestiality jokes, I wasn't really rocking with, and they weren't making me laugh, bottom line. If there's anything that I did like about the film, I would say that Liam's best friend Gibby with the bad dental problem, I did like him. I like the actor playing him, and I like the character for the most part. And spoilers here, but Ben Stiller pops up in the only funny part in the film. He shows up in a small cameo, and he's revealed to be the real devil. Jack Black is just one of his servants or minions. Ben Stiller's delivery in this rather small scene did take the cake for me. I thought he was the funniest part of the whole film. But that's not saying much because he only has about 2 minute screen time. Everything else I didn't really like, or it felt rather random to me, especially the whole Post Malone arc that they try to insert in the film, where Liam is a big fan of Post Malone and the girl that he likes also is, and he invites her to the concert, and the devil played by Jack Black is able to make some things happen and have Post Malone pull Liam the kid on the stage. And I wasn't a fan of the dances that Liam was doing. It just was very cringeworthy to me, and probably one of the worst parts of the film, in my opinion. Key from Key and Peele does pop up as a child psychologist when they think that Liam is going crazy because he's talking to the devil pretty much every day. And Key's facial expressions do make me laugh quite a bit when we see how skeptical he is of Liam, and he's like, yeah, this boy is crazy. So he did give me a couple chuckles here and there. I am seeing a couple people saying that this is a redemption movie, and I would have to disagree because we don't know what happens to Jack Black's character. There's nothing really resolved. He wants to be upgraded on the devil list, if you will, and we don't know if he's able to get his wish or what he really wants. He wants to take Liam's soul. And the real devil was telling him, since Liam's wishes are based on good faith or good wishes, we can't take his soul. Now, Jack Black is doing good things for Liam, but that's not what he wants. And at the end of the movie, it's still not explained that he's doing this out of a good heart. And Jack Black's character definitely doesn't go to the good side, or finds faith or anything like that. So I would have to disagree with the redemption. But wrapping it up, I wasn't a big fan of Dear Santa. I think this is Jack Black at his lowest. None of the jokes were really hitting for me, and it feels like a failing sitcom throughout the whole film. There's a very cheap quality and feel to it. I am a fan of some of the director's works, one of the brothers of the Farrelly brothers, but this is my least favorite Farrelly brother associated film, for sure. I'm gonna give Dear Santa a 2 out of 10. And that's it, y'all. It's your boy Fro. Did you like this one more than I did? Did you hate it like I did? Do you think I was a bit harsh on it? Comment below, let me know your thoughts. In the meantime, between time, I'm on to the next review, and I'm out. Fro.